What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Jake Shavank here, and in today's video, we're going to look at a prospect who is, the fastest wide receiver in the 2022 NFL Draft. If you count only, obviously, the scouting combine, but that's Baylor's Tyquan Thornton, who ran the 4.28 40. What was a ridiculously fast receiver combine, but still, he came out on top. And a guy with a track background who, has now gained some steam in terms of the media and fan circles in the draft. So popping up in a ton of mock drafts. So what we're going to do today is check out if the hype's warranted. Is he just a speed guy? What kind of player can he be at the next level? We're going to go through the scouting report real quick as always, get into some film, and talk projection at the end. So let's dive in the scouting report first here for him. It's going to pop up on the screen for you. 6'2 3/8, 181 pounds. Obviously the RAS 977, good. 4.28 40, we love to see that. And had 62 catches for 948 yards, 10 touchdowns in 2021. That's a big number. A lot of yards per reception there. Obviously, deep threat player. What do you see on film? The strengths. Obviously, that you see the easy explosiveness, and that comes with heating up cushion. That's separating late with speed. That's separating horizontally with speed. That explosiveness is there. And, when in terms of post routes and corner routes, he's still getting that 45-degree angle, maintaining that speed through that slight little change of direction, which is a good thing. Again, against NFL corners with more speed, more recognition skills, to be able to maintain that speed is huge. Natural hands, which is good for a player of his size. You want to see that, especially when you're talking about the catch point. You're going to see some contact for sure at the next level. Want to make sure you got sure hands. Competitive and competent blocker for a guy at 181 pounds, that's a big deal. Gives it his all, good effort, uses that length, and plays with some power in terms of, blocking the run game, which is great. He has some stutter step, three-step release, and there's some foot fire, gaining some ground against off coverage, and he can kind of explode off of that. I think he needs to do it a little bit better, more consistent, but the flashes are there. Obviously, talk horizontal speed. We talk ball tracking as well. I think he makes good adjustments in the air and is able to secure some tough catches near the ground outside of his frame. So he makes those type of catches. Now, weaknesses, again, got to improve the vertical route tree. And what I mean by that is you got to be able to, drop your hips, take as few steps as possible to the top of your route, and work back to the football. Needs to get better with his footwork there. Just too many steps at the moment. And it comes through in most of his breaks as well when you're talking about the dig routes, in routes, square ins, all those. Catch through contact inconsistencies. There are times where he makes that play through contact, goes up high points of football, survives contact, but then there are other points where guys are hitting him pretty quick after the catch, and you see the ball kind of really fly out of his hands. So got to be better there. And the yards after catch. Again, he's got the straight line speed, but again, most of the time he's going to be brought down by that first defender. So a little bit limited there. But again, I think the explosiveness speaks for itself. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get into some film room, and we'll talk projection as well. But first, film room, let's go. All right, so here we go. Tyquan Thornton. Going to look at this first here. Good release. You see that stutter step, the foot fire that we use there, and he's often used it. Getting good position, though, pre-catch, gets through that contact with his length, and is able to secure the football through some contact there, which is important for Thornton at the next level. He's going to have to do this. This is a great rep, engaging hard as a blocker, taking this guy out of bounds, not letting him even have a chance to make this play. Here's a good one. Again, you're going to see the release, and again, he's going to handle that jam, and he stacks, and it's over. And the explosiveness, the deep speed, he's won already. But you got to be able to hit him in stride. Guess what? There are going to be quarterbacks at the NFL level that hit that guy in stride when you can handle that press at the line of scrimmage. So here, again, this is where, again, if you don't put hands on, he's quick. There's a little three-step release, gains some ground, and he's gone. And there's that explosion. The explosion off the release. That's something I want to see more of from him. You didn't see it as much. Maybe contact deterred him a little bit. But, again, a smart player. Top of the screen, use that length, but again, he's smart. He knows how to gain ground, but he got to be more explosive. So top of screen, as we were saying, this is where the easy explosiveness again comes into play. We was pretty even as we got to the hash. We're working this double cross basically, and by the time weaving through the mess, gave him a little extra cushion, but again, he can easily create separation with that horizontal speed as well. That explosiveness is important. Bottom screen here. And again, when you see the release, and I know, I'm sorry, this stuff's in the way, but when you see his release and he gets up the field here, what I'd like to see more of is, again, if you're not really going to separate too much from yourself and the defender here, Guy's going to be able to work back, open the hips, and make that turn. That's fine. What I want to see is him lean, which he kind of does. He gets into his frame, leaning into the fender, and then, again, subtle push off. That's important. You can do that. No problem. And we're going to make this great adjustment to the football late in the route, and I'll play it full speed. He makes a great late adjustment here to make this grab. Really nice catch from Thornton. Okay, top of screen here. Similar thing here. This is where, again, when you see the plus tracking, the ability to make the adjustment. But here, again, guy's working outside, trying to push him out with contact. A little swim and clear with his hand. See him swipe that hand down to clear him. And again, on the post, see him maintain the speed, and he's still got leverage there, and he makes a good catch towards the ground. That's something, again, love to see more of that important stuff. Against Texas, got to stem at this guy. Again, he's running a deep post. We got to keep stemming at this guy until, again, he's getting vertical enough with his feet in this side saddle technique that I can blow by him. So again, keep going, keep going. And he's still almost at him, eats up enough cushion to where, again, he hasn't really planted. Now, drifting slightly here, and this is where, again, he puts the foot in the ground, maintains the speed. If only he got a target there. That would have been really nice to see Thornton to get a target. So, top of your screen here, again, you can see, again, the frame is troubling. But again, gains ground, get upfield. This is where it's going to be a struggle. Some corners are going to get physical, and they're going to drive him off his track. Needs to be able to adjust. Quarterback does adjust and makes a good throw back shoulder. Again, he needs to he's got more explosiveness in this in terms of his jumps. He tested really well at the jumps. I need to see more at the catch point in this, but again, good body control, gets that foot down, makes the catch. So there's good film here from Tyquan Thornton. And again, it highlights everything we kind of talked about in the scouting report. It's that easy explosiveness and winning those posts, those corner routes, adjusting well, securing the football, good hands. Contact is still going to give him trouble because he's 181 pounds. Has the length, can work with technique. You saw some good technique there, handling contact, but got to continue to work at that and be better because it's only going to get tougher going forward. So is he a one-trick pony at the next level? A little bit, because I just feel like the hips are stiff. He's not really sinking the hips, changing direction very well on the shorter intermediate routes. So he's going to be kind of a deep speed guy, but you can also obviously send him on the mesh concepts over the middle, deep crossers, and whatnot, because he can use that explosiveness and speed to get away from defenders. So again, it's a good player to have in your offense in Thornton because, again, he competes as a blocker, so he'll give you that effort there. The speed to, again, widen things up, stress defenders more vertically. You're going to have space underneath. Same thing with the horizontal speed. You're going to threaten guys, especially man coverage. Good man coverage beater there, running him at a crosser because he's going to separate. So where do we see him going? Probably third, fourth round. He could probably sneak in the third. He still feels like a day 3 guy with how deep this class is, just because, again, he's really one trick. I want to see more at the catch point from him in terms of winning and high pointing. So fourth round seems like a good spot for him for teams who need that speed element and want that speed element. Obviously, Packers fans obviously looking at you, kid. So he's a solid player, and I'm excited to see what he can do at the next level, even if it's as a one-trick pony. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little video on Tyquan Thornton. If you did, maybe drop a like down there. Subscribe if you're new. Going to have more draft prospect stuff this week. Going to be a full week of that. And then we'll kind of get back to some more stuff with the Packers and kind of mock drafts heading into draft season. So with that said, I will see you guys in the next one. Farewell.